one of the interesting things about the subconscious mind is that in any given moment, we're processing over 2 million bits of information, yet only 126 make it to our conscious awareness. So that little piece of scientific evidence points to it makes sense to have a student mindset because we're not always going to get everything coming through. So the subconscious mind makes up 95% of our awareness, and that's everything we don't have access to, whether it's thoughts, feelings, behaviors, habits, patterns, all these type of things. And I know we'll weave this into the shadow and get deeper into shadow work, but the shadow is a term coined by the Swiss psychiatrist, the late Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung, and basically all that means is to make the unconscious conscious. So now understanding that our unconscious or subconscious makes up 95%, everything that we don't have access to, the shadow work is to shine a light on that thing. The shadow is not bad. A lot of people think that shadow work or the shadow is bad. It's what makes
Something
something.
mysterious.
Yeah, what makes something good or bad is putting the label on it, right? But it just is. So we'll get deeper into that. So now we have this foundation of 95% of our awareness is everything we don't have access to. Let's revisit that in any given moment, we're processing over 2 million bits of information and only 126 make it to our conscious awareness. So how that happens is there's typically the external event. Something outside of you happens, right? And then we need to process that for it to make sense. So that goes through a filtration system of deletion, distortion, and generalization. That's how we go from 2 million to 126. Deleting whatever we don't need, distorting, adjusting it to make sense for our belief system, and generalization just being association with something else that we understand, right? And from there, that creates what's called an IR, an internal representation of that external event. Then the IR creates our new actions, habits, and behaviors. So in terms of just like a basic foundational understanding of the subconscious mind, that's a good place to start.